Hello everyone. Today's biochemistry class is on ketone bodies. This is in continuation to the previous class, that is beta oxidation of fatty acids. Ketone bodies, why should we study? What is its importance? And how are they produced and how are they utilized? These are the things which are going to learn in this class. Ketone bodies are nothing but the metabolic products, and the significance of this is that ketone bodies play an important role in supplying energy to the brain whenever glucose is not there. So in conditions like starvation, that is in prolonged starvation more than 48 hours, brain cannot sustain without glucose for such long duration. So in such situation, these ketone bodies play an important role in supplying energy to the brain. And how these are produced and what exactly happens in case of starvation or in uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, how these are produced, we will see in further slides. So coming to the definition of ketone bodies are the metabolic products which are produced in normal quantity during normal breakdown of fatty acids, but these are produced in excess whenever there is excessive breakdown of fatty acids. So these are metabolic produced which are normally synthesized, and their concentration normally in the blood is very low. But the importance of these ketone bodies comes into play whenever these are produced in excess. That happens whenever there is excessive breakdown of fatty acids. Basically, these ketone bodies are water soluble and they are energy yielding. And the starting material for the synthesis of ketone bodies is the acetyl CoA, which is produced from beta oxidation of fatty acids. Normally, the acetyl CoA which is produced in the oxidation of fatty acids will enter the TCA cycle and gives us energy. And this happens whenever there is availability of carbohydrates. The acetyl CoA which is produced from the oxidation of fatty acids enters the TCA cycle and gives energy. And to the happening of this process, that is the acetyl CoA entering TCA cycle, depends on the availability of carbohydrates. If there is no carbohydrate, the acetyl CoA will not enter the TCA cycle and it goes for synthesis of ketone bodies. That is why it is labeled as fat is burned under the fire of carbohydrates. That is, acetyl CoA, which is formed from breakdown of or oxidation of fatty acids, enters TCA cycle normally, that is in the presence of carbohydrate. But if the carbohydrates are not there, the acetyl CoA will not enter the TCA cycle, rather it enters into a process of ketogenesis. That is why it is called as fat is burned under the fire of carbohydrates. In conditions like starvation and diabetes mellitus, because of the absence or unavailability of glucose, the acetyl CoA takes a different path, that is synthesis of ketone bodies. So basically there are three ketone bodies, that is acetone, acetoacetate and beta hydroxybutyrate. Among these three, acetone and acetoacetate are the true ketone bodies because both of them have CO group, acetone and acetoacetate. Whereas beta hydroxybutyrate, since it has hydroxyl group, it is not a true ketone body, but all these together are the ketone bodies: acetone, acetoacetate, beta hydroxybutyrate. Acetone and acetoacetate have keto group, whereas beta hydroxybutyrate has hydroxyl group. So acetone which is formed is metabolically inert, and the significance of acetone is that whenever patient is having ketoacidosis, the patient's breath will have a fruity odor, and that is because of presence of acetone, excessive concentration of acetone in the blood, which causes fruity odor to the breath. And normally these ketone bodies are produced in the liver and they can cross the blood-brain barrier. That's why they can provide energy to the brain cells in the absence of carbohydrates. And the normal concentration of ketone bodies in the blood is usually less than 0.2 millimoles per liter. The significance of ketone bodies is, as already explained, the normal under normal circumstances utilizes only glucose as its energy source. But in the absence of glucose, that happens when during the prolonged starvation, or when glucose is not properly utilized in case of uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, ketone bodies will become the major fuel source to the brain, because they can cross the blood-brain barrier. So it is an alternative source to glucose for energy requirement. So these are produced in excessive concentration whenever there is excessive breakdown of fatty acids. So coming to ketogenesis. Ketogenesis is the process of formation of ketone bodies, and the site of synthesis is mitochondria in liver. And the precursor which is required for the ketogenesis is the acetyl-CoA, which is mainly formed from oxidation of fatty acids, or it can also be formed from pyruvate or some amino acids. So the site is mitochondria, and the main organ involved, or the only organ involved for the synthesis of ketone bodies, is liver. So the steps involved in the synthesis of ketone bodies mainly include condensation, that is the first step, where there is formation of acetoacetyl coenzyme A. The end product, that is acetyl-CoA, which is formed in the oxidation, two molecules of acetyl-CoA will combine and form a compound known as acetoacetyl-CoA, and this is happening with the help of the enzyme thiolase. Once this acetoacetyl-CoA is formed, this will combine with one more molecule of acetyl-CoA and it forms HMG-CoA. The product formed is HMG, that is hydroxymethyl glutaryl coenzyme A, and this requires enzyme HMG-CoA synthase. Mitochondrial HMG-CoA synthase. There is one more enzyme, that is cytosolic HMG-CoA synthase, that is required in cholesterol biosynthesis. Here the enzyme required is mitochondrial HMG-CoA synthase. The third step is formation of acetoacetate, where there is breakdown of HMG-CoA happens with the help of enzyme HMG-CoA lyase, and the process is called lysis. The HMG-CoA which is formed will be broken down and forms a compound called as acetoacetate. This acetoacetate undergoes reduction by the enzyme dehydrogenase or beta hydroxybitrate dehydrogenase and forms beta hydroxybitrate, and simultaneously it undergoes spontaneous decarboxylation and it forms acetone. To see in brief, two molecules of acetyl-CoA combine and form a compound called as acetoacetyl-CoA utilizing enzyme thiolase. This acetoacetyl-CoA using HMG-CoA synthase and one more molecule of acetyl-CoA forms hydroxy-beta-methyl glutaryl CoA, that is HMG-CoA. This HMG-CoA undergoes lysis with the help of enzyme HMG-CoA lyase, releasing acetyl-CoA and forming a compound acetoacetate. Acetoacetate is the primary ketone bodies. From this acetoacetate, by spontaneous decarboxylation reaction using decarboxylase enzyme, acetone is formed, and by reduction utilizing dehydrogenase enzyme, beta hydroxybitrate are formed. So acetoacetate is the primary ketone body, whereas acetone and beta hydroxybutyrate are the secondary ketone bodies because these two are formed from acetoacetate. Acetoacetate and acetone are the true ketone bodies because both of them have keto group, and acetoacetate is the primary ketone body and acetone and beta hydroxybutyrate are the secondary ketone bodies. Very simple step, very minimal steps are involved in the synthesis of ketone bodies. First is thiolase, synthase, lyase enzyme. Condensation, first one is the condensation reaction, second one is formation of HMG-CoA, third one is lysis, fourth one is reduction. So normally this process is happening and the ketone bodies which are produced are utilized by the extrahepatic tissues. But problem arises only when there is overproduction of these ketone bodies. And the causes or when this overproduction happens is whenever there is prolonged starvation, that is not taking food for more than 36 to 48 hours, whenever there is uncontrolled diabetes mellitus. So what happens in the absence of glucose? The fat which is stored is the next major source of energy. So to provide energy to all the brain and other tissues, its degradation increases. So there is more and more production of acetyl-CoA. So as there is increased production of acetyl-CoA, this cannot be undergoing TCA cycle because there is absence of carbohydrate. So this will enter pathway for keto body synthesis. So regulation is basically happening at the three steps. One is at the level of lipolysis, second one at the level of entry of fatty acids, activated fatty acids, that is acyl-CoA into the mitochondria at the carnitine shuttle level, and the third important regulator which is controlling ketone body synthesis is oxidation of acetyl-CoA. So we'll see what exactly happens. The availability of substrate is one of the important regulator. So whenever there is absence of glucose for the utilization, there is increased degradation of fatty acids. What happens if there is no carbohydrate? This will lead to, whenever carbohydrates are not consumed, the insulin level comes down. So there is proportionate increase in the level of glucagon. So this causes increased glucagon, decreased insulin ratio. So this altered ratio or decreased insulin level in the body will, the body automatically will go for increased production of glucose via gluconeogenesis. So there is increased enzymes which are required for glucose body synthesis utilizing different amino acids and other things. So this will lead to decreased availability of oxaloacetate. So whenever there is decreased availability of oxaloacetate with increased gluconeogenesis, there is also simultaneous increased breakdown of fatty acids is taking place. So whenever there is increased oxidation of fatty acids, more and more acetyl-CoA is formed. As more and more acetyl-CoA is formed, this cannot enter TCA cycle because the oxaloacetate, which is an important metabolite required for TCA cycle to take place, the acetyl-CoA formed will be diverted for ketone body synthesis. Because of increased glucagon and decreased insulin, there is increased lipolysis because insulin function is to promote fatty acid synthesis. Whenever there is decreased insulin, there is more and more breakdown of fatty acids called lipolysis. So this lipolysis with increased gluconeogenesis leading to increased formation of acetyl-CoA, which cannot enter TCA cycle, will go for ketone body synthesis because of decreased insulin and increased glucagon. Second thing which is regulating ketone body synthesis is entry of activated fatty acyl CoA to the mitochondria via carnitine shuttle. If you remember the beta oxidation of fatty acids, carnitine shuttle, the enzymes involved. Again, here again fasting state and starvation state, or the availability of glucose or unavailability of glucose plays important role. In the well-fed state, there is increased insulin. So increased insulin will stimulate fatty acid synthesis. So during the fatty acid synthesis, there is also increased production of malonyl CoA, that is an intermediate in the production of lipogenesis. This malonyl CoA will inhibit the enzyme carnitine acyl transferase 1, which is required in the carnitine shuttle for the transport of activated fatty acyl CoA from cytosol to the mitochondria. So in well-fed state, there is lipogenesis, so there is increased malonyl CoA. So this malonyl CoA will inhibit the enzyme carnitine acyl transferase 1 CAT1. So there is no so as this enzyme is inhibited, the activated fatty acyl CoA cannot enter mitochondria, so beta oxidation will not take place. So there is not much production of acetyl CoA. There is more and more lipogenesis and cholesterol synthesis because of increased insulin level, which is causing lipogenesis. But in starvation or whenever the glucose is not available, there is lipolysis. Once there is lipolysis, there is decreased levels of malonyl CoA. So whenever there is decreased malonyl coenzyme A, the CAT enzyme is more active. So there is more and more transportation of fatty acyl CoA to the mitochondria. So more and more beta oxidation is taking place. So this malonyl CoA plays an important role in the regulation of ketogenesis. The third one is induction of HMG-CoA, mitochondrial HMG-CoA synthase enzyme. This is one of the important rate limiting enzyme in the ketogenesis, and this HMG-CoA, mitochondrial HMG-CoA synthase is stimulated by fasting and whenever there is more and more intake of fatty acids, and also during uncontrolled diabetes mellitus. So these fatty acids will induce HMG CoA synthase enzyme. In well-fed state, the cytosolic HMG CoA enzyme is more active, which is responsible for cholesterol synthesis. But in fasting or prolonged starvation, whenever carbohydrates are not available, mitochondrial HMG CoA enzyme is more active, which is causing ketogenesis. So these are the important steps which are regulating the ketone body synthesis. Once they are synthesized, what is its fate or how are they useful to the body? These ketone bodies are mainly used for energy needs to the extracellular tissues such as brain, cardiac tissues, muscle tissues, and the renal cortex. Liver cannot utilize the ketone bodies even though it is synthesizing it. Tissues which do not have mitochondria cannot utilize ketone bodies like RBCs. So prolonged starvation, ketone bodies plays important role as energy supply or fuel source to the brain, cardiac tissue and the renal cortex. And how exactly these are utilized involves, or the breakdown of ketone bodies involves three simple steps. First one is formation of acetoacetate from the beta hydroxy bitrate. If we remember the beta hydroxy bitrate which is formed from acetoacetate. The first reaction is Dehydrogenase reaction taking place by dehydrogenase enzyme, where there is acetoacetate is formed from beta hydroxy biturate. Next, the beta hydroxy biturate will undergo dehydrogenase and form acetoacetate. This acetoacetate will be activated, undergo will be undergoing transferase reaction using transferase enzyme utilizing succinyl CoA to donate coenzyme A molecule releasing succinate, and it forms acetoacetyl CoA. The compound formed is acetoacetyl CoA. This acetoacetyl CoA again cleaved by enzyme thiolase and forms two molecules of acetyl CoA using coenzyme A. Very simple reaction. Beta hydroxybutyrate will form acetoacetate utilizing dehydrogenase enzyme. This acetoacetate utilizing succinyl CoA forms succinate and forms acetoacetyl CoA. And this acetoacetyl CoA will utilize one more coenzyme molecule using thiolase reaction and cleaved and forms two molecules of acetyl CoA. This is ketolysis, ketone body breakdown. So the formation, it is taking place in the liver. Precursor is the acetyl CoA. The ketone bodies are formed. These ketone bodies will be transported in the blood and utilized by the extrahepatic tissues. From these ketone bodies, acetyl CoA is formed, which is used in the TCA cycle to provide energy. So what are the disorders related to these ketone bodies? The bioclinical significance is that ketosis is a condition which is associated with increased levels of ketones in the blood, increased excretion of ketone bodies in the urine with the acetone breath or fruity odor in the patient. Whenever the rate of synthesis is more than the rate of utilization, ketosis is formed. Normal blood level is less than 0.2 millimoles per liter, or it is less than 3 milligrams per 100 ml. So when the concentration in the blood rises, it is called as ketonemia, and when the excretion is more in the urine, it is called as ketonuria. So causes, as explained, uncontrolled diabetes mellitus, where glucose is not properly utilized, and whenever there is prolonged starvation, which is causing decreased insulin and increased glucagon ratio in the blood. So the features of ketoacidosis includes ketonemia, that is increased levels of ketone bodies in the blood, increased excretion of ketone bodies in urine, there is acetone breath or fruity odor, metabolic acidosis, because these ketone bodies are basically acidic in nature. So once their concentration is increased in the blood, the bicarbonate will try to balance the acidic environment in the blood, so which will in turn lead to decreased bicarbonate levels and causes metabolic acidosis, and this causes sodium loss in the urine, which is causing dehydration and hyperkalemia, and if not treated, patient may go for coma also. So the normal ketone bodies in the blood levels will be 0.2 millimoles per liter. During starvation, the level rises to 3 to 5 millimoles per liter. Diabetic ketoacidotic patients will usually have more than 12 millimoles per liter of ketone bodies, and the normal excretion of ketone bodies in the blood in urine will be less than 1 milligrams per deciliter. So diagnosis is mainly done by detection of ketone bodies in the urine, and the most commonly widely used test for diagnosis of ketone bodies is Rotheras test, and estimation of beta hydroxybutyrate levels in blood can also be done. Estimation of acetoacetate in urine is also possible. Along with the supportive investigations will include estimation of serum electrolytes, arterial blood gas analysis, estimation of plasma glucose, urea and creatinine levels. So Rothera's test, if you all remember the procedure, we have to take 5 ml of urine and we have to saturate it by adding solid ammonium sulfate. Once this is added at saturated, we have to add a small amount of sodium nitroprusside and this should be mixed well. Once this is added, from the side of the test tube, we have to add about 2 ml of Liker ammonia from the sides of the test tube. If there is increased ketone bodies in the levels, there will be a formation of purple colored ring at the junction of the two fluids, and this indicates a positive test, that is presence of acetoacetic or acetone in the blood, in the urine. There is possibility of false positive or the formation of purple colored ring is also possible in phenylketonuria patients, but that is a very rare condition. There is one more test for the detection of acetone or acetoacetate, that is ACE test. This is nothing but Rothera's test, but this is done which is in the form of a tablet. The ACE test tablet will made up of sodium nitroprusside, glycine and an alkaline buffer. Whenever we add the patient sample, the purple lavender discoloration, normally if it is negative it will be of white or peach colored, but if that tablet turns into purple color, then there is presence of acetone or acetoacetate. And to develop purple color, the concentration of acetone or acetoacetate should be more than 5 milligrams per deciliter in urine. The third one is Gerhardt test, also known as ferric chloride test. It is addition, and the procedure is 10% of ferric chloride will be added to urine solution in a test tube, and if the solution turns reddish or purple color, it indicates the presence of acetoacetic acid. And this test is not very sensitive or specific as Rothera's test, because certain drugs can also be giving same reaction, like salicylates, which are commonly utilized. So it is not a very specific test for diagnosis of ketone bodies. So the treatment will include to control glucose levels by giving insulin if the patient is diabetic, and if the patient is starving, we have to give them enough glucose. We have to correct electrolytes and maintain the proper acid-base balance, and also the correction of metabolic acidosis, nothing but correction of acid-base imbalance. There's one more toxic entity called toxic ketoacidosis, and this is mainly precipitated or seen in excessive drunkards. And whenever there is withdrawal of alcohol in case of long-term alcoholics, and also caused by excessive consumption of salicylates. So this alcoholic ketoacidosis will be associated with period of excessive or long duration of excessive amount of alcohol consumption, followed by withdrawal with minimal food intake or fasting. So this ketoacidosis can also be seen in those cases, and they will come and present with symptoms of abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting and dehydration. So we have to take the proper history to rule out and diagnose this toxic ketoacidosis in those chronic alcoholic patients. So to summarize this ketone bodies are the metabolic products which, if produced in excessive concentration because of excessive breakdown of fatty acids, will cause clinical disorder called ketoacidosis. Acetone, acetoacetate and beta-hydroxybutyric are the important ketone bodies. These are water soluble and energy yielding. These are synthesized in the liver but utilized by extrahepatic tissues like brain, cardiac tissue, renal cortex and skeletal muscle. And these ketone bodies are important source of energy in the absence of carbohydrate to the brain. So ketoacidosis is a clinical entity presenting with ketosis, ketonuria and acetone smell in the breath, and diabetes mellitus and starvation are the important causes for ketoacidosis. Toxic ketoacidosis can also be seen in chronic alcoholics with withdrawal of alcoholism. So estimation of ketone bodies is done by the most commonly and widely used test, that is Rothera's test. So this completes ketone bodies. Thank you.